to do when you get access to your portal is to check that all of your settings are updated correctly. To get to your settings in your profile page, if you go to the top right, you will see your seller name that you would have input during the registration process. If you click on that and then click on Manage Profile, it takes you to a settings page. So here you'll be able to update basic information about your account, your bank details, some of your business details. You can adjust your calendar settings and also manage users. So if we firstly go to the account section, here you'll see your display name, which you can edit by clicking on edit and updating your display name here. Please note that you can't put any spaces in your display name. For your login details, this is the profile, the email address that you would have used to log in. If you ever want to change this, you can click on edit, you can input your new email address, click next, and then click submit in order to generate another OTP to confirm your new email address. This contact details here also gets used as a primary contact address, so if you'd like to change that, you can also update the email and the phone numbers here too. Now, very importantly, this section here manages your collection addresses. A collection address is where a preferred courier will come to collect an order from you to fulfill it to a customer. So you are allowed to have one address, but you are allowed to have more than one address too. It's very important to note that if you have more than one address, that you need to manage whether you have activated them or not. You can activate them by using the toggle switch here. Once it's highlighted blue, that means it's activated. If it's toggled off, it'll be gray like here. If you have more than one collection address, say you have one in Cape Town and you have one in Joburg, what will happen is if both are activated, when you receive orders, it will be allocated to the address that is closest to the customer. So if you have stock of a certain product in both Cape Town and Joburg, and a Joburg customer makes the order, that order will be automatically allocated to the Joburg location, to whichever one is closest to the customer. If you don't have stock in the one location, but you do have stock in the further away location, then it'll be allocated to the one that actually has stock. So we will go into more detail about the locations later, but it's important that you know how to manage, how to activate them. There's no deleting. You can just toggle it off if you don't want to use a location. To add a new location, you just click on Add New Address, and you input the address details of that collection point. So this is either your office where you have stock or will be handing over stock to the courier, or maybe you have a warehouse where you hand over stock to the courier too. It's very important to make sure that you don't make any mistakes with putting in the address name, because the couriers use this address and sometimes they use a geolocation type tool, and it needs to be accurate so when they come collect your orders that they don't have trouble finding you. So those are the most important things from this account perspective when it comes to managing your profile. The next is the bank details. You would have input these during your registration and they would have been approved up front during your registration process. If you ever would like to change your bank account details, you can click on the edit button here. You can change the details, but then you will be required to upload and send a proof of banking account. And please make sure that that proof of bank is younger than 3 months. It can't be older than 3 months. And we will then internally review and make sure the proof of bank matches the details that you have input before approving it. So please note that that can take 2 to 3 business days for it to be approved. If we go back to your profile, the next stage here is the next section is your business details. If you click edit here, you can't change your business name and business details. So if you want to have a new entity that's linked to the account, you're actually going to have to register a brand new account. You cannot update the entity name once it's been approved and registered. If you would like to adjust your registered business address, if your business has moved location, you can do that and save here. And if you'd like to update your VAT details, you can say re-upload VAT, input the new VAT number, and upload a SARS document proving the VAT number. And once again, that will go for review internally before being approved. We go to another important section called calendar. So this is where you are able to say if you are going to be on holiday or not. So, for example, if you are not going to be working on the 16th of April because you're going to be away, you click on add holiday, you choose the date, the 16th of April, from date. If it's just a single date, it'll be the from and to date. And then what you can do is click save, and then it'll add it as a holiday. So what this means is you're letting the system know that on that day you are not delivering orders, and you'll see the implications of that later on when we go through listings management. But it's important that if you're not going to be fulfilling orders, that you do mark it on your vacation plan under your calendar detail settings. Here you can input whether you are working weekends or not. So are you working on the week, or do you work on the weekends too? That is the calendar section, and the last one is managing users. So this will be blank when you initially start. If you would like to add users, so this is someone else who's able to access the portal, you would click on add new user, you would input their details, input their email address, their phone number, and click save. That won't trigger a message to them. You will need to let them know that they now have access to the portal. So once that email has been captured here, they will be able to sign into the seller portal with that email address. They'll then be asked to do a password set and OTP, and they'll need to go through all of that. It's not going to automatically notify them. This just captures them as a user, and then you can notify that user to try and log in and go through the normal login process. So those are all of your settings that you need to manage. There's also a video here. If you look at the blue icon for the YouTube, if you look on all the pages, there is more information on what you need to do per section. So please look out for that too. And that's available on all of the different sections in your profile. Next, we will look at how to create a product, but I hope this has given you a good understanding of all the different settings that you have, with making special notice of the location setting up front.